up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze 4-pack Ninja Turtles. Now this is like the, I guess you could say special edition type version, which is available only at the NECA store if I'm not mistaken, because that was the only way you was able to pick up this particular piece, because you had to pre-order it. So I pre-ordered mine and then we had to wait for it eventually to ship, you know. But there's also like another version how you can get these, but I don't think you can find them now because even those were available on at the store. I think they're like in stores now too, if I'm not mistaken, like the Walmart. But they have like where they're like in 2-packs. You get 2 of the turtles each, so they're like split into like 2s. But yeah, this right here comes like in the VHS style packaging. You know, very similar to like the tape, like the cassette tape, which I do still have from 1991. I know I said this before. I even had that videotape when it was originally released on video. And I think that's kind of cool that NECA even based it on how it looked. So I think that's kind of awesome. And again, I remember seeing this 2 times in the movie theaters. Like when it was originally released, I was so hyped for seeing this particular film, especially the original one. But anyway, I'm finna get into this right now. So as you can see, this is the packaging for the turtles. And like I said, it's amazing how it looks really like the VHS tape. You can see like the similarities right there. I think that's pretty cool. Even on the back, NECA has decided to do that too. So you can see them jumping through like the entrance or the roof. That's pretty cool. It looks just like it. Instead, you see the figures instead of like the how they look like on the movies. Had figures instead of like the actual movies. That's pretty cool. I noticed also that this has like a I don't know if it's just mine. It has like a kind of like a dirty type look to the cassette too, like it's been worn out. I don't know if anybody else can see that. You can see like this black dirt looking stuff because you can't. I thought it was dust at first, but that's how it apparently looks. But the reader for this says, once again, NECA shows that when it comes to TMNT figures, nothing can top their cinematic offerings. Now the Secret of the Ooze has never looked better with figures that are awesome, radical, and bossa nova. And that's from Nick Wood Frush. These are like critics who are rating these particular pieces. And then here's another one from Toy Shiz. I know that one. Go Ninja, go grab these turtles. They're going to look nice, nice baby in your collection. Kind of referencing Vanilla Ice. Then there has a reader right here said those heroes in a half shell are back in an all new movie adventure. Find out the secret of the ooze as the fists from 4 go after the glowing canister that has slipped into the hands of the evil Shredder and his mutant allies, Razar and Tokar, aided by their new pal Keno. The turtles dive into action and pizza. Now it says this includes extra hands, swords, nunchucks, sais, bow staff, pizza box, pizza slices, combat cold cuts, TGRI canisters, forearm, fire extinguisher, and foam bat. Now I also have the accessory pack too for the Secret of the Ooze too as well, which I'll give a video for too after this particular one. So I'm going to open this on up. I think it slides on off too if I'm not mistaken. So that's how it looks when you slide it off. And of course you can see all the turtles on the inside with their accessories. Yeah, I must admit this is really beautiful. This is probably easy without a doubt the top figures of the year from NECA, from my opinion. So you can see how they look on the inside of their accessories. And then of course there are images of the figure on the back too as well, with their accessories and so on. So I'm gonna get into this. And this here is like a background diorama for the piece. Yeah, this is a cool one. I didn't expect to get this, so I guess this probably was only with the the pre-order version, like from the NECA store. I didn't expect to get this particular. This looks like another diorama thing that they have here. Ah, that's pretty cool. Okay. Dock 6 Shore Club, as you can see. So that's why you can have this around your turtles. That's pretty cool. Like if you want to display them, you can have this around it. If you got the space. That's awesome. Okay, here the turtles again, like in this As you can see, this packaging. So I got all 4 of them. But this is the way they were available at the NECA store when you pre-ordered them. So y'all finna get into this right now. Okay, as you can see, there's the NECA Secret of the Ooze Leonardo figure. So I'm finna measure him. And he's like right at 7 inches in height. And of course he also has his 2 katana blades too as well. I'm gonna touch on this. And I think they're kind of similar to the previous one. I think they are the same ones. But this here is like the figure itself. So I want to put these off to the side and talk about like the likeness and the articulation of the figure. And as you can see, it does stand. But yeah, this is really an awesome piece. It really is amazing how good this looks. It looks like NECA just pulled this right out the film, you know. You can see these kind of are different too. These particular versions of the turtles, because they had like spots on them and so on. And there's like his body and so on. So I'd probably touch on certain things in this particular piece. I know there are differences now between these and the first one from what I'm hearing. Now, his head's like on a ball joint, so you can't turn it like left and right. It's like you can't really look up too much and you can't really look down. Leo's arms can go up to about, I guess yeah, about to right there, as you can see. You can rock them back and forward too as well. He even has like a bend in the knee too, like it's kind of tight though. So I don't push it too far, but it does like bend. I have no trouble with no problems with these breaking too. Like my other turtles, they were okay. And there's arm too, you can bend it. Of course you can't bend it too much, so these don't really have like a double bend. His hands can turn too. Of course the feet can kind of turn too, they're kind of like tight, but they can turn too as well. And yeah, I think you can get more range of motion on him than that, but I'm just like, just leave it a day, you know. So yeah, that's how this particular figure look. And like I mentioned before, as you can see, he does stand too as well. Then Leo has his 2 swords, katana blades, as you can see. And these look similar to like the ones from the first one. So of course, you know, you can put them in his hand or you can put them like back here. Yeah, just to give an example. Now I must admit, with my first version, I had broke one of my katana blades with Leo. That's why I don't know if people had noticed it, like when I was taking pictures of it and so on. I was it had like one sword with him because I had broke it, the first version. And now what I want to do is compare the first version of Leo right here. As you can see from the first film, that particular version of him. You can see these are like different. They're not, I think NECA probably was using the same mold, but you can see that there are like differences in these. Like you can tell that Leo's like this right here on this particular one, the first one. Like I forget what you call it, it's the strap that holds his sword, it's like raised higher, whereas on the Secret of the Ooze one, it's like lower, as you can see. So there are like differences between these two. Looks like this one also has like a lighter bluish color, whereas this Leo had like a darker bluish color, as you can see. So there are like differences in them. Leo also has 2 alternate hands too as well, which you can see right here. He has like a right and left, like waving type hand, like he's waving. Now one of the things I didn't notice too with the previous one, you can actually just interchange these with the other turtles from what I'm hearing. I didn't even think to do that, so I believe anybody can have these particular hands, like if you want it. But these 2 hands were like right underneath him, so you could tell they were specifically for him, I guess because of that the gestures that he's making. Okay, as you can see, here's the Donatello figure with his bow staff too as well. So I'm going to measure him. He's like right at 7 inches too as well. So I'll talk about the likeness and so on, the articulation of this particular piece too as well. And this is how he looks. Again, NECA did a really good job with these particular figures. And you know, they all had their own distinct look too, as well. I think where the spots are in certain areas and so on. And even with Donatello, like this was kind of done different this time, this particular figure, versus how it was like on the first one. Now, yes, head can turn left and right. It's kind of tight, but you know, you can like turn it though if you want. Donatello's arms can go up to about right there. You can split too. They do have a bend like in the knee. You can bend it farther than that, but I just be kind of careful with my particular figures. And he does have a bend like in the arm too as well. I see they're still not giving them double bends. Doesn't look like it. Hands can turn too, as you can see. Yeah, this like NECA really just pull these out the film. And of course, you know, Donatello can just stand too. He has no trouble standing, as you can see. And then here's his bow staff too that he has. And I'm guessing this prob's out the same way too as well. It will look the same. Let me see. And of course, you know, you could take Donatello's like bow staff and you could put it back here on him if you wanted to. Now what I'm going to do is compare the Secret of the Ooze Donatello with the original film Donatello figure. As you can see, I even have his staff on him too. But you can see that there are like differences in these figures. These aren't like the same thing. I guess they're using like the same body mold. But you can see that like this particular Donatello really, the new one, like it's I forget what you call it. It holds his bow staff. It's lower, just like what Leonardo wears on the original one. It was way up here, as you can see. Like the difference in them. And they do have like kind of a different like head sculpt too as well. So these are like different pieces. I'm hearing that the shells are even different too on these particular figures. And it does like the staff is like the same too, from what I'm seeing. Might be some coloring or something, but it looks like it's the same staff. And even Donatello has his own pair of hands too as well. And again, I believe these could be interchanged with any of the turtles, so it's like you can really use it for anybody. But they were like right next to him, like in this in the tree. Yeah. Next, I have the Raphael figure. So I'm gonna measure him. But it's no question they're all about the same size, and as you can see, he's like right at 7 inches. We're right under it. So this is how he look. He has like a couple of accessories specific to him too as well. I could have saved these for later, but you have to talk about him now. So as you can see, this is how he looks. And they didn't even change the expression on him. Turn the head. There's his arms. Of course, they can split too. Knee can bend. Cause you can bend it farther than that. I'm just being like careful with my. And of course, you can bend like the arms too as well. Yeah, these really are some stunning pieces from NECA. These are easy. Probably like the top figures of the year, from my opinion, from like NECA. Then of course, Raph also gets some his two sides, as you can see. He also has a pizza that is specific to him too, like a pizza slice. I think this is pretty cool. As you can see here, it is right here. It has like a hole in it. I never had this particular slice of pizza before, which has like a hole in it, as you can see. And it's like a different design pizza this time too. The way they got it looking, well, it has a hole in it, but you can take one of his sides and you can stick it right in the pizza. Must admit that is pretty cool. Like he's eating it on his side. That's awesome. I think that's pretty cool. Then he also has like his own pair of interchangeable hands too as well, as you can see right here. It's like he's pointing a finger or something. And then with him, you can put his size on him too, just like with the previous release. You can take his size and you just could slide him on there right here like that. So that's how he looks with it. Now what I want to do is compare Secret of the Ooze Raphael with the original release Raphael right here, as you can see. So there are like differences, like even in coloring and so on too as well. As you can see, like the coloring of their shells and so even like their expressions are different. And this is another one that's like the other ones where you can tell that they have like, it's like their holsters for like their weapons. Like on the new one, it's kind of like lower. I mean, it's kind of raised up a little higher, but on the other one, the original one, it was kind of like lower. So there are like differences. And again, these are based on just how they looked in the film too as well. So you could tell us what NECA really was doing with them. And now I want to move on to the Michelangelo figure right here, as you can see. So I'm going to measure him, the last of the turtles. And he's like right at 7 inches, as you can see. So as you can see, this is how he looks like the new version of Michelangelo. There's like a shell. And you can see he has holsters now for his nunchucks. I think that's pretty cool. The first one didn't have that, so that's pretty awesome. Of course, Mikey's head can turn left and right and so on. He can lift his arms up. It's split. Now I do notice that his knee, it's like it bent pretty easily. It's like it's kind of like loose like, whereas the other ones were kind of tight. It was just my particular figures, you know. There's the arm, so you can't bend the arm. Hands can turn too as well. Feet. Yeah, these really are some amazing figures from NECA. Then up next, he gets like his nunchucks, kind of like the previous release, as you can see, because you know this is how they looked at. And he gets two of them. One of the things pretty cool about this too, like I mentioned, is that now you can take the nunchucks. And he has like a holster from them, so I think that's pretty cool. So you can just take them and put them right in here. So let's see if I can try one. And as you can see, I did put one inside the holster, like one of his nunchucks. That's pretty cool too. Then up next, Mikey gets like an accessory that's specific for him. These are called the combat cold slices. Like when he took like the sausages, it was like swinging around. So that's kind of a nice little touch. So this is how they look. So you can use these as a substitute for the nunchucks, like if you broke them or something. Then lastly, you get like these thumbs up type fingers, like you see them thumbs up, like a left and right. And again, I believe these could be interchanged with like the other ones too, if you wanted. Now, what I want to do is compare him with the first release of the Michelangelo figure right here. So this is how they look. So this is the Secret of the Ooze one. And this is like the first one. So you can see there are like differences like in the coloring of the shells and so on. And see, that's how you had to do like his nunchucks. You had to just put them right there like on his belt. I know sometimes they slide out on you right there. But this time they gave us holsters for him. And the shells, like it's like a different color, as you can see. And of course they have different expressions too as well. Amazing pieces, figures from NECA. I think some of the best figures out, especially from the company itself. Now I want to move on through the accessories that come with the Secret of the Ooze Turtles, which I do have right here on display. Up first you get a fire extinguisher right here, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. Then you get this, and then up next you get this foam bat. There, as you can see. And that's what they're calling it. Then you get like a forearm piece too as well. Like if you want to exchange, like I can't remember if this is for a specific turtle. I know it's like under Donatello and Leo, or is it from any one of them? Kind of you can exchange their hands, I think. Then you get like 2 cans of like the Ooze. One is empty. This is pretty cool. And one is filled, as you can see. So we have one that's empty. We have been getting a lot of these too, like with the figures. Get one that's like full. So that's pretty cool. Then up next you get like a box of pizza right here. As you can see. Then of course, you know, you can open it on up. And you can see there's like the pizza is gone. You can tell it was even there. And you can see like all like the sauce and stuff from the pizza, like it's already been used. I think that's pretty cool. Up next you get this is another one I think that's kind of new to them. You get like pieces that are like eaten, like they have like the crust left from like the pieces. So that's pretty cool because here are the pizza slices. Looks like it's 2 of each too, cause like here's one that has like you can tell it's kind of like thicker, like like you get 2 of these that is similar to each other. Then you have these 2, so it's like you have 2 of the same kind. Like these are like different. Like basically like this, you can see like how it is. Like this one's like a wider crust and this one's like a thinner one. So there are like differences. But it looks like you get 2 each of those though. Now I want to make comparisons with these. So as you can see, these are like the Secret of the Ooze Turtles right here with the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like figures. So that's awesome. So there's like 8 turtles right there like total. That's pretty cool. NECA did a good job with these figures. I think this is easily some of like their best like creations like from the company itself, like the Ninja Turtles themselves. So this is these are awesome. And again, I'm just comparing how they look, you know, together. That's all. So I think these are awesome. And I'm sure they have gotten better with these too, like updated with the turtles too as well. And these figures have no trouble like standing or anything like with mine. And that's nothing I always thought was cool about like the design of these particular turtles and so on. They just did a really good job with making these. And here they are next to the Ultimate Shredder from Secret of the Ooze time before he became Super Shredder. Another awesome piece too as well. Now if anything, I do kind of have trouble getting him to stand sometimes. I believe it's because his cape, it kind of weighs him down, I believe. But yeah, that's another awesome figure from NECA too as well. And up next is the very awesome Super Shredder figure right there. That is just so cool. Like that, I like how he looks like very like muscular. It's just so awesome looking to me. So yeah, that's how he looks like compared to them too as well. And these are like the Secret of the Ooze base figures that I'm going through now. Like I just did the Ultimate Shredder. Now here's like the Secret Super Shredder. Both of those from Secret of the Ooze. Amazing figure too. And here they are next to the Tokar and Razar figures from Secret of the Ooze too as well. Like from NECA. Another like awesome like set of figures right there too as well. These are really some amazing figures. I would definitely recommend picking these particular figures on up. Okay, there's the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze 4-pack turtles. I don't know if they're really calling these. Now, this particular version that comes like in the VHS style packaging, again, it's based on like how the tape was like back in the 90s. Like I said, I still have this cassette. I got this when it first came to cassette, and that's how long I've had it since like I think what 1991, if if I can remember correctly, like when it came to video. So yeah, I think that's cool that NECA did that. But yeah, this is available only for pre-order at the NECA store, not the NECA eBay store, but their actual like NECA store. That's where this was actually available, and it was like a time, like, well, actually they had them up for like a while. I think they gave it like a while. If I can remember correctly, about a week. That's how long you had to pick up this particular set. But they do have these available separately, like in 2-packs, and I think those are like, if you can find them, probably like in Walmart, I believe. I don't know if they're in Target. I can't really remember for sure, but I would definitely recommend picking these figures up if you can find them. This has got to be NECA, from my opinion, best like figures like of the year, like from the company. Now I also have like their accessory set on the way too as well, based on the Secret of the Ooze. Cause I got this one too, because this was another one that was available, like doing like the that pre-order type thing. You was able to get both of them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend these. These are some awesome figures. These are easy products, like I said before the top. Even just figures in general, like in general for all companies or whatever. So yeah, I would definitely recommend these. So this is the NECA TMNT, the Secret of the Ooze Ninja Turtles, like 4-pack. That's what they call them. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.